Well, hello everyone, sports fans. This is Comics Bigger TV here. So time for another prediction video. As it is this Saturday night, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Miami Dolphins in AFC Wild Card weekend. That's right, the first round of the playoffs are here, and well, taking on a Dolphins team, the 6th seed. Chiefs are the 3 seed. The Dolphins, who lost to the Bills last Sunday night in what was they were playing for the division. The Bills won; they got the 2 seed, uh, and the home playoff game. And uh, the Dolphins coming to Kansas City, which means for the first time, Tyreek Hill will be returning to Kansas City and playing against his former team. Although actually not for the first time that he's playing against the Chiefs, but for the first time he's returning to Arrowhead since being traded by the Chiefs. I guess last almost 2 years ago, and yeah, and well, the weather will be a key factor for this game, as uh, the weather at game time kickoff is at 7:15 to be exact, uh, and well, the weather calling for uh, single digits, but it's going to feel much colder than that with the wind chill up to -20. That's right. This is going to be one of the coldest games ever. It'll likely probably set the record for the coldest Chiefs game ever and the coldest game ever at Arrowhead. So it's definitely going to be a factor. And I mean, for the Dolphins, I mean, this is probably going to be pretty unusual for them playing in this type of uh, climate. Uh, they're not used to playing uh, in games like this. In fact, saw that the Dolphins are actually that Tua has actually never won a game, at least an NFL game, where the temperature is under 40 degrees. I believe that's what it was. So, and yeah, it's going to be a frigid night. Uh, but it should be some game. And Dolphins, led by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who threw for almost 5,000 yards, actually led the NFL in passing yards with over 4,600 yards, played in every single game compared to the last 2 years where he was battling concussions. His career may have seemed like it was in jeopardy. And the Chiefs and Dolphins played each other in Germany back in week 9. The Chiefs won that game 21-14. Uh, and that was a nail-biting game. And in that game, we held Tyreek Hill to under 100 yards. As that was one of his poorest games of the season. And Hill, who, if he did not get injured and miss a game, he very well could have had 2,000 receiving yards. So, and yeah, no, also the game for Miami last week against the Bills, Tua didn't even have surpassed 200 yards, fewest passing yards in a game on the season. So, and uh, Dolphins have a dynamic running back duo with Raheem Mostert, who has 1,000 yards rushing, and rookie running back Devon Achane. And Raheem Mostert is actually questionable for this game with a knee injury. Also, Dolphins wide receiver Jalen Waddle also questionable with an ankle injury. He's missed the last 2 games. So, uh, Dolphins will be without 2 key linebackers, as well as all-pro corner Xavier Howard. So, and for the Chiefs, finished the season 11-6. Uh, Mahomes, who had another season with 4,000 passing yards, uh, and statistically, this was maybe his uh, worst season. Although it really wasn't all that bad. But looking at the stats, it arguably was his poorest season. 14 interceptions to only 27 touchdowns. He only had one game with, or actually 2 games with 3 or more touchdowns. And yeah, so it was, you know, a kind of a down season for Mahomes, but still great, still good than the average quarterback, I guess. So, and Isaiah Pacheco, if he did not miss a couple games, he would have had 1,000 yards rushing. Travis Kelce, if he also would have not have rested that game last week against Chargers, he would have also had another 1,000 yard receiving season. So, uh, and Kadarius Toney, questionable. Of course, we know struggles he has had all season. Uh, and yeah, all the dropped catches by Toney, and of course that uh, crucial uh, offensive offsides against the Bills last month. So also Jared McKinnon on IR, so he's basically done for the year. Uh, and yeah, but you know this defense, which did outstanding when we played Miami in Germany, we actually had a fumble recovery for a touchdown in that game. And yeah, L'Jarius Sneed, somehow not a Pro Bowler. Cornerback Trent McDuffie just named as an All Pro. So they both had outstanding seasons. So anyway, it's going to be one heck of a weekend with the playoffs getting started tomorrow afternoon with Joe Flacco and the Browns taking on CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. What a year it's been for them. And then Sunday, the Bills and the Steelers. The Cowboys at home where they're undefeated taking on the Packers. And probably the most anticipated game with Matthew Stafford and the Rams returning to Detroit to take on the Lions as they have not won a playoff game in 30 years. And then Monday night, the slumping Eagles taking on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, give me one heck of a weekend. Pretty excited. So, prediction for this game, I'm picking the Chiefs to win. I'm going to say 27 to 20. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be another nail-biting game, just like it was when we played them in Germany. And see if we can hold Tyreek Hill to, under 100 yards. He's been battling an injury, so that could be a factor. And the weather definitely could be a key factor as well. So, till Saturday, Count Experts saying go Chiefs.